All right, Cap, we live.
True news and reviews. Rob the Water God. Real
Yep.
Spiel Israel. Back again. And we have to address the news. Now, we've been following this Kyrie saga
Yeah.
very closely. And it
Mm-hmm.
seems that Kyrie has been apologizing for the previous apologies on what some might describe as an apology tour. He's giving an interview, he's on the press conferences saying sorry. He had the post game interview where they were trying to, I guess, trick him off the court again. I
Yeah.
don't know. You know what I'm saying? Even Jaylen Brown got involved in the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He seems like he's destined to get himself canceled. Like he just keep on kind of butting his head in the situation. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I
Like,
don't think it's butting his head in. I think he's head of the vice president of basketball. So these are the type of topics that's his responsibility. And he's
nah, he
putting his
doesn't have to.
personality.
He doesn't have to say anything about anything. You know what I'm saying? I think he could just focus on the basketball. Really, you know what I'm saying?
I think this is a time that for him being in the position he in is showing that he's a leader. He's trying to, you get what I'm saying? It's more of let me speak, let me show the players that I stand for them. It's like a, you know what I mean? It's a camaraderie thing. He ain't had to say nothing, but that he's doing it. I think it's a good marketing scheme for him and like, for his position as VP for basketball player association.
Good marketing scheme, you say?
No, good marketing PR that he's backing
Oh,
his boy.
oh,
You
oh,
get what
oh,
I'm saying?
okay, okay, okay.
Or you're backing a player in the players union. Yeah, man. I mean,
Hey, look. I guess maybe he's doing the right thing. I just don't always necessarily agree with what he be saying, but let's get into it, man. Kyrie is back and he has an apology. Just to give some context, maybe we should just play a little bit of that.
I didn't like the questions they asked. Let's play. I'm gonna let y'all talk. I'm gonna let y'all get my opinion.
No, I mean, look, we're not talking about the post game interview. I'm talking about this is where we're gonna ask the question: is Kyrie sincerely saying sorry? Did he re-examine his beliefs and see that they wasn't built on a solid foundation, or was this guy buck broken? You know what I'm saying? Did they finally make him bend to their will? Is this proof of the conspiracy? Without further ado, man, we're gonna go ahead and get into the apology of Mr. Kyrie Irving.
No, it's another one where he sat down with the guy and he was
Bro, we talking about this one right now. I
oh,
get
okay.
you.
Today
Oh,
because
I'm giving up too much.
in history that I'm gonna remember forever, um, just because of the impact that all this has made on our world, cultures, not only just here in America but abroad. Um, and right now we're just here to uh, really take this
Damn, they got that nigga sniffling. All right.
effort to make a more equal world, more fair world. We're
Yeah,
all
he
here to
looked
take up
buck
in arms, I
broken,
pray,
bro.
and I hope, because it's not just a solo act for me to try to take on the burdens of the world and change things. Um, and I just got to be aware of that. With all that being said, I just want to offer my deep apologies to all those who are impacted over these last few weeks, specifically my Jewish relatives, my black relatives.
Jewish relatives. We all family now. Promoted a
Hey,
hateful documentary, but now we all brothers because they done spoke to him behind the scenes and got his mind right. That's what a lot of people gonna say.
you would you agree to that?
No, I don't necessarily see it like that now. I
Okay.
don't see it like that.
Race, um, all races and cultures. I feel like we all felt the impact, and I don't stand for anything close to hate speech or anti-Semitism or anything that is anti going against the human race. I feel like we all should have an opportunity to speak for ourselves when things are assumed about us. And I feel it was necessary for me to stand in this place and take accountability for my actions, um, because there was a way I should have handled all this.
You heard that part? I thought that was very powerful. He said there was a way I should have handled all of this. I think he's speaking to the point where he could have just unequivocally said that I'm not anti-Semitic, right? And right then we just heard him say that he's against anti-Semitism. That's all he had to say the first time. But if you remember, he was saying, I can't be anti-Semitic if I know who I am. You're not going to trick me. I know who I am. Remember that? We're not hearing that same energy this time.
Right.
If he would have did that the first time, he would have been straight.
Right. So my question to you is, are you anti-Semitic if you share, let's say you go on there and you're not anti-Semitic. Let's say he's telling everybody he's not anti-Semitic, but he shares Hebrew Israelite material. Is he anti-Semitism? Is he, does that mean he hate the Jewish community, or does he have a problem with the Jewish community?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see what he shares in the future. Sharing that Hebrew to Negroes thing, we know that that's a big no-no, right?
Right.
Okay, so we'll just stick on that. You feel me? We'll see what he does tomorrow, but I don't know. Hold on, here you go.
And as I look back and reflect, when I had the opportunity to offer my deep regrets to anyone that felt threatened or felt hurt by what I posted. That wasn't my intent at all. I meant no harm to any person, any group of people. And yeah, this is a big moment for me because I'm able to learn throughout this process that the power of my voice is very strong. The influence that I have within my community is very strong.
That's true.
And I want to be responsible for that. In order to do that, you have to admit when you're wrong in instances where you hurt people and it impacts them.
So this can't be the fearless leader that everybody was talking about. The man is admitting that he was wrong, and he admitted and he impacted people in a hurtful way. This is not him standing on business. This is not him revealing the truth to people and everything like that. They thought he was standing up to some big secret conspiracy. Well, if the same people who really believed that thought he was standing up to a big conspiracy, they have to think that he's folding now, right?
No. This is why. This is why.
All right, explain it to me.
When I watched the documentary, I actually could see how it is things that is wrong with the video. I can understand that of how they portraying a group of people. It's like, yeah, now you get what I'm saying? All right, they could have spread their message another way without having to try to bring down another.
Yeah, you don't need to tear somebody down just to big ourselves up. We don't need to do that.
Exactly. That's the where it went, where the video was. It crossed the line. All
right. Let's see if he finish up.
And I just wanted to clarify some things as well on my end. When I was searching up the documentary, I was just searching up my name and searching for a deeper understanding of my heritage and where I come from. My name is Kyrie Irving. My mom named me that for a reason. And I'm here to take on.
It's funny. John Stewart brought this up. Irving is typically a Jewish name. And he said he was looking up, what Kyrie meant, and then he stumbled upon the documentary. I don't buy that story at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially because he said that he read the book. And he seems like he's sticking to that story, though, that he just kind of stumbled upon the documentary late night while he was researching his name. Do you believe that, Bob? Because I know you didn't believe it last time. Now that he's doubling down on that, do you think that that's a real thing that happened?
I mean, I'm giving my personal opinion. It could be a true story. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, for me personally, I believe in marketing. I believe in publicists. I believe in saying the right things when you under the microscope. So I'm not against nobody having to have a story on what to say. You in the courtroom and you gonna have to tell, so you can't lock yourself up. So yes, I don't believe that happened for real, but I believe that's normal behavior. I think that's what people do because they have to be careful when you're talking. But no, I don't believe it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's not wrong. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
You know, this ongoing dialogue of where we need to go with this conversation between not just the Jewish and Black community, but all communities that want to see change in our world.
See, he still wants to talk about the issue. He said he wants it to be an ongoing conversation. I want you to catch that. Let's continue.
So I'm just grateful that I'm able to stand here, know that I'm supported and loved by my family members, all my friends, because they know I represent something bigger out here in the world. And I'm a man of peace, and I have integrity, and I have sacred honor amongst all those that I'm around. And we hold true this peaceful oath to make sure that we're there for each other in times like this. So I'm grateful that I have a great supporting system around me.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube.
I want to stop sharing that. Now, that sounds all well and good. But later, I guess that was the sequence, a lot of Hebrew Israelites showed up to support Kyrie Irving at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for this, I'm going to... Okay, go ahead.
You said they were Hebrew Israelites, but I think they have a name for themselves as the what is it? The ICU. It's a certain name. I don't think they categorize themselves as the Hebrew Israelites. It's like the Israelites United.
Hebrews United in Christ or something like that.
Yeah. We got to get their names right because you don't want to be associating other, Hebrews United in Christ. So it's kind of like a Christian.
I don't really think there's that big of a difference. You know what I'm saying? I think we're referring to the same group.
I think it's a wave, and a lot of people are just jumping. And it's another look. It's probably a lot of groups that are jumping on the Israelite wave. So it's like,
I don't know. We don't know how long these guys been around, but
that purple shows that they wasn't around too long. Now, come on now.
I mean, look, man. I'm gonna go ahead and show the little short just to give some context of the guys that showed up. Look, they don't look like they don't exactly look like a peaceful organization to me.
No,
I'm just going off of what I'm saying. Yeah, they ain't appear to be.
Nobody got hurt. They ain't trying to put no hands and feet on nobody. You know how black people get, bro. Like, these are peaceful people.
I'm gonna give some more context why I feel that way. Well, go ahead. Well, here we go.
I'm gonna tell you statistics gonna blow your fucking.
Some of us used to be in the club.
All right. So that's just an idea what we're dealing with.
Some cute dogs, man. I don't know what y'all talking about.
You don't think that was a little bit? You don't think that was a little bit kind of like?
I mean, when you think
you don't think somebody could take that as a little bit intimidating, like what y'all hear about?
No, I think that they were probably, I thought people are showing up in support of Kyrie Irving, like they're standing with him, so they're showing up in support. That's what first I thought, but now it's like, go ahead.
No, finish what you saying. Because you thought
it looks like I'm thinking they going in showing support, that they got his back or whatever, or something like that they standing with him. Because you remember when Kyrie said he has an army of people that
are supporting him.
Him.
Well, it's funny that you say that because Jaylen Brown felt similar as you. You feel me? Because he was kind of excited about the support that Kyrie had, and he felt like it was a good thing. Well, before I get into it too much, let me just show y'all, man. Come on, man. They got an article about that too, man. We'll see how Jaylen Brown got himself into some hot water. Okay, yeah, there we go. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown clarifies tweet on Black Hebrew Israelites, that's how to refer to them, outside Barclays Center for Kyrie Irving's return. Brown mistakenly thought a fraternity joined in support of Irving's return to the Nets. And I will admit, they kind of do resemble a fraternity. Okay.
What? Yeah, right?
Let's,
Yeah, okay.
all right, I'm going to read further. Outside of Barclays Center on Sunday, hours before the Brooklyn Nets game against the Memphis Grizzlies, a large crowd of Black Hebrew Israelites gathered in support of Kyrie Irving, who returned from a suspension. Irving was suspended on November 4th, a week after he publicized an anti-Semitic film on social media and repeatedly refused to apologize or state that he doesn't hold anti-Semitic beliefs. That's how he got here. Many of the Black Hebrew Israelites outside of the arena handed out flyers containing radical Hebrew Israelite propaganda. Black Hebrew Israelites Black Hebrew Israelites also handed out the brochure on November 9th before the Nets game against the New York Knicks, which was their only home game during Irving's suspension. On Sunday, however, the group of supporters was much larger. Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, who, like Irving, is a National Basketball Players Association vice president, quote, tweeted this video of the Black Hebrew Israelites lined up on Dean Street. It's a video like the one that we just saw. I don't know if we need to play it again.
Right.
Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, quote, tweeted the same video approvingly, and Thomas eventually deleted his tweet. Pay attention now.
Wow, they got y'all. Wow.
Look,
crazy.
Thomas eventually deleted his tweet, but Brown followed up by writing that he didn't know which group had rallied to support Kyrie Irving. Now he's like, oh, I didn't know who that was.
Cap, who are these people? Don't nobody really know the ICU. They don't know who that is.
They're Hebrew Israelites, man. Hold on. This is Jaylen Brown's statement. I was not aware of what specific group that was outside of the Barclays Center tonight. I was celebrating the unification of our people, welcoming the return of Kyrie to the court. What do you mean, our people? Well, let me get back to it. First glance, I thought it was a known fraternity, the Qs, Omega Psi Phi, stepping, showing support. I didn't see these guys doing any step routines. I didn't see them doing the. I didn't see that, so I don't know. But I mean, they did have on purple and gold. But look, the scandal that resulted in Irving's suspension started with Irving publicizing the film Herbrews the Negroes. Wake Up Black America. Bobby, you said you've seen this film, right?
Yeah.
He promoted it on Twitter and Instagram, and he's apologized for causing harm to the Jewish community several times since the suspension. But in a press conference on Sunday morning, he did not completely distance himself from the thesis of the film. Right? When the reporter asked him, after the shoot-around, when the reporter asked him for his views on the film's assertion that the Black people are the real Israelites from the Bible, Irving said, well, that was the intent when that was the intent when I was watching the movie, was to have a deeper understanding of my family heritage and where I come from. And when I said I meant no harm, I meant that. To learn about the lost tribes of Israel, to learn about Black history in a way where it's not degrading anyone else's history is important to me. Irving also said that trying to learn what anti-Blackness was, he found a documentary that ended up exploring and opening my mind to more than I can put into words right now. So I think there are deeper conversations that I would like to have regarding the lineage of Hebrews and regarding the lineage of more of our culture here and abroad. So they go on to talk about the film, but there's a part of this I want you to realize. All right, look, the film Hebrew the Negroes, Wake Up to Black America, asserts that the Jewish people are lying about the Holocaust, lying about their identity, and engaged in a secret plan for world domination. Not all Black Hebrew Israelites believe anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. These ideas are the domain of the fringe extremist radical Hebrew Israelites who are categorized as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. So, yeah, there we go. What do you got to say about that, Bob? How Isaiah Thomas was quick to delete the tweet and everything like that. I know you was trying to get a word in there. What you got to say about that?
Right. So what I got to say about that is that they're looked at as a hate group, which I don't see them as that. Nobody got hurt. They didn't threaten anybody. They didn't bring any kind of, but they said they were passing out literature that had hate. That's what they said. It had hate in it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where it's at. You know, I mean, they didn't look like a hate group to me. People were just looking at them, supporting them. They're not going to think that this group is a hate group by looking at them stand in front of the, they're going to thinking that they're just trying to show support for Kyrie. I don't know what crew they are. Like we did.
Well, look, sometimes hate groups don't really look like hate groups. Did you ever think about that, Bob?
Yeah. I mean, because the things that they're saying, I believe, like you're saying, the things that they're saying, they're kind of committing. I mean, kind of trying to point the hate group on that they stole their lineage, they stole their, the language.
Yeah, and the denial of the Holocaust and stuff like this. I want to point your attention to another example. There's a group called the Family Research Council. Does that sound like a hate group to you?
No.
Well, they've actually been labeled as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center as well. And that's because they have extremely anti-gay rhetoric. So
right. So
this is the point I'm trying to make. If you marginalize a group of people and you have rhetoric that dehumanizes them or even calls for violence, I think that's what separates them from, just a regular old Christian group to a hate group, even though they might not look like to you, on the outside.
Got it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was important to bring that up because that's like a white Christian organization. So it's not as if, I don't feel like they're just calling them a hate group because these guys are black or because, anything that's arbitrary. I think that when you start talking about the Holocaust don't exist and people is involved in a plot for world domination, that could cause trouble in our world. That's not bringing people
that's
together.
hate. I'm saying, but think about it.
That's hate to me.
Okay, but I'm just saying to say, people are not going to recognize that as hate, though.
Well, nobody recognizes a true hater like a true player. I'm a true player, man, and they are haters, man. I know about their rhetoric. I know about what their beliefs are, and you could disagree. That's fair enough, but right. I say that, they're kind of a hate group. Not even kind. I think that they qualify as a hate group. A lot of people don't realize that, and that's why Kyrie supporting these people or giving these people a platform or kind of like amplifying them. That's why him doing that is so dangerous in my eyes.
Okay, well, I disagree. I don't feel like they hate. I just feel like they could be, expressing something that they believe, that they meant to believe in, and they probably trying to figure out like, hey, I got this information, but I don't think they mean any ill will towards Jewish people because I don't see that happening. You know what I mean? We've been around this Hebrew thing for about 5-6 years that this been going on strong, and I don't see nothing that where they're trying to. Seems like they're just trying to prove information that could be true or could be not be true. Nobody really knows, but I don't see that they're trying to like.
I wouldn't agree that nobody really knows, and I mean there is statistics showing that anti-Semitic violence and incidents is on the rise. So there's statistical data to back up that this kind of rhetoric does cause bad stuff to happen. So I can't act like they're just doing research. Like these guys are radicalizing people, man. That's how extreme groups work, you know. But speaking of anti-Semitism, right? Since we're talking about that, I thought it was interesting to bring up something that's going on. You know, the World Cup is coming up and it's going to be in Qatar.
That's in the Middle East?
Yeah. Now, they recently switched up the game in the ninth inning. Yeah, that's a metaphor, but at the last minute they said that they're not going to allow beer to be served in the stadium. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay. This is kind of a glimpse of what it's like when you have deeply religious people making laws and stuff. They actually pivoted again. I'm going to show you. I'm going to just show you better than I could tell you. Look how they look how it's going, right? Since you think that, hateful rhetoric and beliefs can't lead to violence, Qatar won't allow cooked kosher food or public Jewish prayer at the FIFA World Cup. Jewish organizations claim that Qatar is breaking its promise on allowing any cooked kosher food to be sold at FIFA World Cup. Jewish organizations have said that even though they were promised otherwise, Qatar won't allow any cooked kosher food to be sold or offered to visitors of the FIFA World Cup. I want to get to the part of the article where they said the reason why. This is in the Jerusalem Post. We getting this story from.
Are they Palestine? Is this the part of Palestine? Is this Palestine people?
Nah, it's Qatar, bro.
Oh, okay. Maybe they
hold on.
Qatar.
Yeah, Ice Cube is involved with some people from Qatar to make the Big Three happen. Did you know that?
No, so okay.
I was just saying. I'm
money
connecting some dots. Hold on, man. I want to show you why they said that the people can't do it. Okay, look. We were promised to be allowed to create prayer spaces in order for religious Jews who came to see the games to have a place of worship, a representative of a Jewish organization said. And we were recently told that they banned places of worship for Jews because they cannot secure them. Hear what they're saying. They can't secure them. We can't promise you that it's going to be safe for you to pray. These are not non-religious people that want to do harm to somebody from praying.
Why? Why?
Because people beef over religion. They even get violent about it, Bob. That's the whole point I'm trying to make with this, dog. It's a different type of beef. You get what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you said. You was telling me about the argument you had with somebody. You was talking about it was the black, and he got all crazy like he wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he wanted to fight.
Yeah,
he wanted to fight.
I can understand, but
he was standing with Kyrie. how what he was doing.
So basically, what you're saying is the Jewish community is like under attack right now.
I'm saying that they've had a rough go of it for many of years now. Many of years, thousands of years. So it's just still going on today, and bad beliefs. Hateful beliefs could lead to violence. I just wanted to give an example of that. That's a real world example of some stuff that's going on right now with the World Cup that's coming up. So.
But could you think that for somebody to be able to get this mad at them, or people to be mad at them, to be having these hate crimes, do you think there's anything that some misconduct that's being done that bad apples need to be pointed out? Or do you think that, we couldn't clean anything up? We couldn't have a sit down with the people in Qatar or how they feel that way, or the Hebrew Israelites, that it could be something that's going on that's making hate come out? Would you say, could it be anything like that? Or it's just, they just don't like Jews?
What's the question?
What I'm saying is, could it be anything that could be, that the Jewish community can control, that's making this feel like this hatred that's towards their whole community?
Do you think it's something that they can control?
Yeah, some things that they can change up, that they can do to prevent a lot of this hate that's going on with, as you see, what that's going.
I don't know. I don't have the answers for that. I don't have the answers of what the Jewish community can do to stop hate, but I think education is the big thing. I think it's really the responsibility of the rest of the world to get their act together. Nobody in this world should be hating a group of people, simply for being born Jewish. It doesn't make sense to me. I think that we could just hope that people educate themselves. And every time every time a kid learns critical thinking and epistemology, a conspiracy theory dies somewhere. That's the real answer for this. We can't convince people of the right things if they don't even know how to think. That's why epistemology, critical thinking, media literacy, these things are so important these days.
Yeah, that's sad to know, man, that they doing that. And it seems like kind of what they did with, black people back in the day, with, like, you got to drink a fountain over here. It seems like they're doing that. But my whole thing is, like, I don't get it. I want to know what's the beef about, even with the Hebrew Israelites. Like, what is the main thing that's making you feel like, I know
you watched the documentary, you told us. You tell us what's their beef. You don't feel more educated after watching the documentary?
I feel like they're blaming them for the slavery. They're blaming them for, having a hand in all of that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. That's a good assessment of what they're doing. Anytime you're looking at a piece of media and it's somebody blaming a race of people for another race's problems, you should probably run in the other direction. That's probably something that you don't want to be consuming. It's probably some propaganda shit. That's just a good rule of thumb for me.
Yeah,
I don't even think that documentary would pass my smell test.
I was just giving their whole, this is the message that they were saying. We come from what they were doing, and our slavery, all of our hardship came on the backs of kind of what they was doing. So yeah, it's alarming, some alarming accusations that they kind of putting on them. So
do you think do you feel like you could be converted? Did you feel after watching the documentary, you're closer to becoming a Hebrew Israelite yourself, or a supporter of the Hebrew Israelites?
No, because the way I was looking at it to see what this fuss was about. I would have never even checked I would have never even checked the documentary out if the NBA would have wouldn't have like made this big thing. But I wanted to figure out what are they saying in here? What is the big thing? So it was kind of like I'm writing stuff down, researching what they're saying. I never watched a video like that before. It was like I'm like, stat checking, I'm making sure, fact checking, I'm doing a lot of that. So it was like in the eye I'm looking at it, it was kind of weird. I'm just microscope.
So you were being very critical of the documentary. Yeah, I think that's a good way to watch it. That's all I got though. Anything you want to speak on, Bob?
No, man, that's it, man. I just that, man. Kyrie, Kanye. Let's talk about Kanye, man. What you think about Kanye? His new facility he got. He got the Ye 24. Did you see that video he dropped?
No, you got the video for it?
Yeah, I got the video for it. You can go to you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, if want to put us up on him. I don't really pay too much. I mean, I see what he got going on, but I didn't really. I don't think he's particularly sophisticated in his thinking.
Now I
what he
did
does
see,
doesn't.
yeah, I did see some things too that I wanted to bring up. I'm gonna show you that I thought was real weird, but some people that was telling me that, hey man, he's just doing his thing. So I'm finna pull it up here. I'm gonna pull it up here for 1 sec.
This is Masterclass. Everything you ever wanted to do, caught by the press to ever do it. It's thousands of lessons with intimate access to Mariah, Malala, Metallica, and so many more. All for $15 a month.
I thought I had. Oh, I don't got it off
Masterclass.
But I know.
The personal injury lawyers.
For the ads that's off.
Good, my bro. How you doing, bro?
Now, you see him wearing that Adidas with
Yeah.
What you think about it?
He's still repping Adidas. That's the fearless leader.
Hey, go and park my car. Park my car. Lock my car.
I mean, for you.
There's a new spot, Kanye.
Yay. Let everybody know my name.
Yay.
Okay.
We're too used to. You know that, right?
So boom, right here. We got the Balenciaga right here, but it's the Yay 24 merch on it. You know what I mean?
So wait, I want to stop it here. He said, Cal, that's the Balenciaga merch that he put Yay 24 on. Now I don't know if he just bought Balenciaga.
I don't get it either. It didn't make sense to me either. He said he just bought all the merch he could buy and put Yay 24 on it. So is this legal? I don't know. I don't know enough about this.
But then to sell it for $20, it's like, I don't. Is he just
look? I might have could have still bought some Yeezy shit. I might have could have bought some Balenciaga shit. I don't feel cool rocking no Yay 24 shit, to be honest with you. Like, that's like almost rocking some Trump 24 shit. It's just, I mean, I'm just being, that's just my personal opinion. I think like you ruining it. I don't want to see Yay 24 on that shit.
Right, just keep it. I guess that's the merch for the presidential campaign. But
flyest presidential merch ever, maybe? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Will you be lining up to buy this shit?
Huh? What'd you say?
Would you buy it?
I don't seem like my, my cup of tea, but I know it's gonna get bought. I know a lot of people support him, so But that's just the point.
I hope he gets back on his meds, man. I hope he gets with his support system, you know what I'm saying, gets with his family. I just wish the best for him, man. I don't want this guy to crash and burn, but he still seemed like he on the same type of stuff to me, I don't really got much of an opinion about this,
Right.
I mean, the best thing I could hope happens is that he does run for president, maybe even run as an independent and take a percentage of the votes away from Republicans and helps a Democratic, nominee win the presidential, race. That would be good. So I hope the whole Trump, Yay 24 shit works out. And
but here, I want to go over this one more point where he talks about his little
miniature. Oh my God, how long is this thing?
Food, education, shelter, and medicine. And everyone can have the best version of that. And that's our promise of what we're doing here. Walk over here.
Absolutely.
So
that's awesome.
Are you buying that? I know you don't give two fucks about Kanye, but you buying what he said about, protecting the city in California out there, about having a
Jim Jones used to talk about Jesus a lot too. You know, and everybody thought he was charismatic and all this stuff until he was forcing people to drink the Kool-Aid.
And people,
you know, in Jonestown. So when I hear Kanye talking about he wants to build the ecosystem or the ecosystem or whatever and have these little pods and stuff like that, it sounds creepy. I know some people see that and, you know, it sounds smart and they're inspired. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near any little town that he's building. His views is just too crazy for me. He just seems too erratic. I'm just not really fucking with Ye right now. That's me.
Gotcha. Totally heard. So I got a question for you. He has some workers in there. So you mean to tell me if Ye was like, hey man, listen, I got a job for you, man, for $80K a year. You know what I mean? Build up.
Yo, I might have to take it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think it would be a good, like you watch Herbrews, the Negroes, for research purposes. I think that would be good. I mean, can you imagine how popping the page would get? You know, feel me? When we got like Sam T subscribers, we might get to 100 overnight. You know what I'm saying? If I came back with a story about working with Ye.
Yeah.
Now we might fuck around and go viral if I did that. You know what I'm saying? I have the inside scoop because after a year, he's bound to say some goofy shit. He's bound to say something where I'm
that's
gonna be
too
like,
much time. He always gonna say something.
Oh,
but I think that's good marketing, though, bro. I think you have to be saying it's crazy the life we live in this marketing case, but you have to be, if you into selling and you into content, you have to be able to walk a line on some touching things, man.
Yeah, I think the stuff that he says, you know, is helping to make the world a worse place. So, you know, that's a little bit, you know, I don't know if I would call that good marketing. But I will say this. If we want to talk about good marketing and making the world a worse place, the Hebrew Israelites showing up for that Kyrie Irving return game, that was good marketing. Like them showing up in formation like that, getting people to talk about them. And, you know, people who never even knew who they
they're
was
the Hebrew
before.
Israelites.
Look,
people still think they're the Hebrew Israelites right now.
There's some people who was probably just interested in Kyrie Irving, but they saw that these people are supporting Kyrie Irving. They're like, oh, they're Kyrie fans like me, and probably didn't even really think much about Jews one way or the other, but they'll see that and maybe start reading, you know, their little hateful pamphlets, and they might have radicalized a little kid out there or something, you know? Somebody who just wanted to support Kyrie, but they got intercepted by this. And maybe those guys, you know, maybe a little kid could admire seeing so many black people unified and looking all strong. And they're, you know, he could think that this could bring some discipline in his life or maybe give him some kind of pride about his lineage, where he comes from. And then he could get slow walked into a hate group. That's what I think about when I see that kind of shit. But it's good for recruiting and marketing. So.
Damn. You going there with that one.
Yeah. That's a hot take right there.
That's a hot take, man.
Yeah, that's a hot take,
man.
You know.
I mean, so yeah, like you said, man, Cap says they're a hate group.
Hey,
I think hate groups to me.
Cap says that they're categorized as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know? Yeah, right, I guess I say it too. Yeah, they feel like hate group to me. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you got people that's categorized as certain things depending on what, you know, crew you. I mean, the Q Dogs aren't, but I'm saying, or any other organization is pretty much not hate. But we don't look at, people got to understand that they're categorized as hate. But I don't even think they're the true, real Hebrew Israelites that was standing, that was doing the original talks. I don't think that was them. I think it's a lot of different. Just like we remember with the Black Panther Party, it was like a lot of different little groups coming up under that. I think that's the same thing was happening to the Hebrew Israelite. Definitely probably some extremists too, but I never seen those guys, the IUIC. I never heard of them. That was my first time knowing that Christians and Israelites kind of went like it was like a merge. So, but I hear you. So, you want to go ahead and close them out?
Hey, man, that's our story. We sticking to it.
We standing on it. You standing on that, huh?
Hey, that's it, man. Real.
All right, man.
Real.
Listen, y'all leave us a comments. Let me know what y'all think. I want to know, how do people think about this group? When you see this group, do you see them as a hate group? Do you think they're hate? I want to know what people think about the groups, how they feel about the Kanye situation, and how y'all feel, because that's what matters, you know.
Oh, another thing, man, it's free to hit the like button. It ain't gonna bite you. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, drop a little comment. I mean, hey, show a little love.
Yeah,
we trying to build a little community out there.
Hey, man, you better watch those words, man.
I am watching my words. There's nothing wrong with building a community.
Yeah,
you know, we're not hating on nobody. You know what I mean? All people from all walks of life are welcome.
For real. But hey, we're gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Truth News and Reviews. Peace. Hey, we got somebody on.